Okay, this is my second attempt at doing a video. New walk and talk after, what is it, over a month since I've made a video. Ironically, I only seem to have, I guess, the chance to, I only seem to be able to give myself the chance of making a video after school has started, because I'm walking back and forth, and you know, either I brood, or I read a book, or I make a video while I walk. So this time I'm going to make a video, start a video. So this video, I think, is going to have to do with making videos on YouTube or any online setting. I remember how TJ once said, well, he kind of, whenever he alludes to meeting people that recognize him in person, he involuntarily becomes very wary or very perhaps embarrassed in a way, or just antisocial. I think that's just the word that sums it up. Though if he could control it, he would be, if he could control himself in that kind of setting, he would probably be more social or more, I guess, friendly or something, you know, because, you know, he appreciates, he's on YouTube to get attention, to share himself with other people, and I'm pretty sure that ideally he appreciates his fans or his viewers, meeting them in person, you know, as an idea would be a good experience. You can imagine it can be a nice experience. You know, if you're in the mood, you can, like, I don't know, talk about something. I don't know what he thinks about that, but it seems that I guess in a way that doesn't really please him, he kind of gets all stuffy when that actually happens in reality. And I think I have an idea of why that is. And it has to do with a conversation I had recently about a friend of my father's that I have, that we have coffee with every now and then. And I kind of shared my YouTube channel with him. I told him to go check it out, and we had kind of a talk about it, and kind of refer to that activity of mine sometimes in some conversations. But there's an interesting thought that comes out of that conversation that I will share with you. So, I guess I'll say hi right now to my new subscribers that I've gotten in the past month, most of which came over from TJ Does Life. So I don't know, maybe that makes this video somehow more appropriate. I don't know. In any case, I was talking about a conversation that I had with, I don't even know if this is very audible because the guy is singing in the background, but I was having a conversation with a friend of my dad's, and, you know, a friend of mine. You know, my dad is more close to him. And the first thing that he came up with, that he brought up, which is very pertinent to this video, is that he was surprised. He was surprised with the amount of information that I was willing to give away. And this is kind of weird to me because, you know, my concept, or maybe this is my generation's concept of what kind of information you don't give away to everybody, is, you know, ideological information, like opinions you have about things. But I think the way that he was getting at it, and maybe this is also his generation's way of seeing things, and he is, I think he's well into his 60s, if I'm not wrong. What I think where he's coming from is that the information that is the most personal, and I've actually looked at this in a video before, what's most integral about you is your ideas and your feelings. They're what really make you up. My address or my town or my social security number aren't really part of my personality. They're not my self-identity as much as my beliefs are. So maybe that's the way that he was looking at it. But it seems that my generation doesn't care as much about that. And maybe I'm getting the wrong idea. It is true that what he did say is that his own generation, the generation well before the internet, would have never done the thing that we're doing right now, having open discussions on YouTube. Even if you have, I guess, an identity and are not even on the video camera and are sharing your opinions in the comments section, and especially putting your face out. And even if people that know you probably aren't going to come across your video, you're still like, and even if they do, that's even more so. You're sharing your ideas with people, mostly with people that you don't even know. And what he said about it is that his way of seeing things and the way that things always work for him and his generation, he was very involved in the community. I'm going to continue this later because it's way too loud. Okay, so his generation's way of doing things were two people sit down, one person talks, the other person talks. It's a conversation, but not only the immediate conversation. The whole relationship is a conversation. I tell you a little bit about myself. You tell me a little bit about yourself. If the relationship becomes very comfortable, then I'll share some of my ideology with you. You'll tell me what you think. You'll do likewise. And at the very, very end of a relationship like that, friendship, maybe this is between people that are, I guess, compatible in terms of a loving relationship. Things might go that way too, but this is really, I'm looking at this from a friendship point of view, or an acquaintance point of view. The very last thing, I think, is the things that trouble me at the depths of my mind. And those are the very last things. So there's this kind of economy that's going on in these long-term conversations, these relationships between people socially. But what my friends, my elderly friends' point of view was it's just like what we're doing is completely just throwing that out the window, because I'm going on YouTube and I'm talking about my life situation, not in complete detail, whatever I think I can get a good conversation out of, or not that I'm really having many conversations on YouTube, but I don't know. I'm saying what I would if I were having a sit-down conversation with a close friend. And that just blows his mind because, again, I'm going to have to stop and continue later. So, I need to keep this camera high right now. Usually keep it way too low for you to see my face. Anyway, So yeah, so I'm getting back to this video. There are a lot of things, just as a remark, there's a lot of things that I do want to do, and you know, a few things that, or a couple things I guess, that I said I would do on this channel that I just haven't been getting to, and one of which is are some of the other videos that I want to put up. But there's no real responsible way of me getting around to it, since I have a lot of homework on my plate immediately, and there's other career-related things that I need to tend to. But this is nice. This is easy. I'm on my way. I don't need to rewatch any videos on YouTube to get myself back into a subject that I was doing a series on. But I really would like to get back to that, because I really like this whole discussion thing, this whole, I guess, elaborating on points and stuff, and expanding, which I was really into, you know, a few months ago, but right now I just don't have the time. But I'm gonna get back to the video that you were watching just a couple minutes ago. So I was talking about a conversation. I don't need to summarize because you're just watching it. But so yeah, so my friend here, okay, sorry. My friend here says that there's this feeling that he somehow like has an advantage over me, or that somehow like he's ripped me off, in that like I've given up a lot more of my personal information in the way that I've described earlier in this video than he has. That he knows me a lot more than I know him, and he feels kind of unsettled by that. And that he's surprised that that I'm just so fine, and other people my age or my generation or of this kind of YouTube community are fine with that. And I had to say that that's true. His view, his generation's view, is not at all present from what I can see in my generation. This really is a plus, you know, and maybe it's also a different mentality. It's the mentality of having a more open network, being able to get out to more people. It's the whole, maybe it's even partly the whole fame mentality, is that, you know, I want to have, not necessarily I want to be a celebrity, because, you know, that doesn't really go very far on YouTube or online. Sometimes it does, but for the most part it doesn't. But that can be, it can be more like in the fashion that we're doing. I want to get my ideas out there. I want a lot of people to be thinking about what I'm thinking about. And obviously, you know, on the less selfish note, I want to be talking with as many people as I can. I want to have the best conversation I can have. And I'm going to go look for that immediately, rather than trying to bother my friends, which might be very busy, because, you know, we're here on YouTube to talk. Well, our community is. So yeah, I think I'll continue the video. No, I'll continue it later. Okay, so I might be skipping over some stuff that I wanted to say, but you know, it's best to say things as naturally as they come. But I think there's this thing. There's this thing that we do, our generation, that has grown up, or that has had these technologies grow on us, and that's the facility. I think it's more. It's a mix of the easiness of being able to communicate and to make information public out there, and also the anonymity that we get with the internet. And obviously everyone here that's online knows about about, you know, troll mentality, and you know, the also the courage one gets when no one on the internet knows who you are. But I think the same thing, or maybe it is to a lesser extent, but you know, I'd be willing to think that it's to the same extent, that people who even establish an identity online are still acting as though they are anonymous, because it's the same it comes back to the fact that when you're with different people, you act very differently. When you are family, you act the way that you do with family. And when you are with friends, you act the way you do with friends. And when you're on the internet, you act the way you do when you're on the internet. And I think it goes with the same thing. The information that you put online in this kind of setting is not the same information that you talk about with friends or with family. So when, I think, yeah, this is coming across well, I think. When you are with your friends, sometimes there is this line that's crossed where if a family member enters the room, like, it's like, okay, you have to cool down, because like there's this kind of breach. There's a breach of that kind of social wall. And maybe also the other way around, when you're talking about something that's among your family, and you know, a friend walks by, you know, you change the subject. And I think it's the same thing with perhaps with YouTube, because when you're on YouTube, you're interacting with people that are in no way connected to your real everyday life. If you say something on YouTube, chances are someone in the real world that knows you is not going to come across it. You know, unless you like make it very easy for people that know you personally to find your online account and etc. But that's the thing. When I'm having my conversation with this friend of mine, and we talk about, whenever we get together, we'll probably talk about some, you know, about society or philosophy or something like that. And when he brings up, like multiple times, like he'll bring up something that I said in one of my videos, and I'm totally confused. I have no idea what he's talking about. Because instinctively I did not tell him what he's bringing up. It's like when you're having a private conversation. And later on, somehow, your friend that was not there, that you did not share this information with, brings that topic up, and like, of course it's going to take you aback. But that's the thing. I'm putting this information out there, and there is this real, I think, like, weird being like taken aback or confusion, where like there's this kind of mismatch of that happened, where when he brought that topic up, I was like, really, did I say that? And then when he was saying, oh yeah, it was in one of your videos, oh, my videos, and it's like my mind had to like separate itself and like go into the separate catalog of things that I've said on YouTube versus the things I've said to him in person. And then I take that out and I say, okay, well, I guess I did say that then. Yeah, I did make a video where I was talking about that. So that's a pretty funny thing. And when I get back, I'll tie that into that whole thing with TJ. All right, see ya. Okay, so I'm thinking that this might even have a bigger effect on TJ, maybe because he has such he's built up such a persona on YouTube. He built up so many things that he said. He's built up a whole personality, which, I mean, it's very much his own, but it's a different facet of his own personality that he's really showed to the world on YouTube. But this isn't the same thing as in everyday life. So there's I think he might be experiencing the same kind of like, oh man, like two worlds are colliding when he meets someone in person that know him from YouTube. Because like I said, there's the whole thing where, you know, the people that I'm giving out my information to, the people that are reading my blog, the people that see me complain or yell or do whatever I do online, they have no impact on my personal life whatsoever. So that there's that feeling of anonymity where I can put something online and nothing bad is going to happen to me from it. It's not going to affect me in any negative way. But all of a sudden, when you meet someone in real life, and it's like, you know, maybe TJ's feeling threatened that way, where like maybe it's not fully conscious, but maybe subconsciously. It's like I can't let this person have much to do with me because, well, they know so much about me that I'm not ready to tell. So they know, I don't know, they've interacted with me in a way that I've never. However. Okay, my concentration was very broken back there, being alone in the elevator, talking about this. I don't know, maybe it's for the same reason I'm describing, but whatever. Maybe that's another subject or something that I'm not really interested in talking about. But in any case, so what I was saying is that these two worlds are colliding, and maybe this is what's happening with TJ. I mean, okay, so we're used to, like, you know, whatever we post on the internet in these kind of segregated parts of our lives, of our personalities. We don't really expect people expect the things that we do online to really affect our real lives. It's another part. It's another part that we keep separate. But really, when you're on a public forum like this, anyone could go on. But the thing is, the same goes for the opposite. When TJ meets someone in real life, this is probably the same thing that's happening. These two worlds are colliding, and all of a sudden you see that, you know, doing things online will affect your life. There's this person that's coming up to you in person right now that knows you a lot more than any other person in the flesh is going to know about you, you know, just meeting them off the bat. So it's this really weird, awkward feeling. And I think it's just a feeling. I don't think there's anything intellectual like about this. I think this is just there's this subconscious thing that's going on that I'm talking about, and that's that unsettled feeling, and that's that whole thing where I feel confused when this person I know is bringing up, that I've known in person, is bringing up something that I've said online, and it's not even connected into my head. It's like it doesn't make any sense to me. I have to take a moment to think about it, and then I realize what he's talking about. And now imagine TJ, where he's meeting someone for the first time, and this person already knows so much about him. like if he got a job or something, or if he met a new person in some setting, they know absolutely. I'll continue this later. So there's this odd sense that might be familiar, might feel kind of like the same way when you meet, I guess, this person, meet some stalkerish person that somehow knows a lot about you, yet you know nothing about them. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, in the situation I'm talking about now, I guess, of course it's very appropriate for a fan of yours from that online space to know, obviously, more about you than you know about them. Same can go for an author that's meeting fans on the street, or actors, or anyone that's famous. But I guess what's important is to, if you do really want to be involved with your fans or people that appreciate your content, is to, I guess, while you're on this online space, build a sense of community. Already build a sense that, you're getting input from them, and obviously they're getting input from you. So when you do meet people in person, you're more relaxed. You already feel, I guess, involved with them rather than alien to them, or for them being alien to you. But I don't see this as being some kind of intellectual solution to TJ's problem, because what I'm talking about is has its roots probably in the subconscious, has its roots in social habits that we have, and maybe these are even evolutionary habits. Maybe this whole social economy thing is something ingrained in us, whether it is by evolution or by nurture. Okay, so that I guess is my hypothesis on that. My notion about that. Two worlds colliding. Anyway, so maybe if we find reasons for why we feel this way, we can find ways to get around it. I don't know. So I'm going to make this as some sort of video response to TJ. I don't think I'm going to be tracking down his original video that he mentioned this in. But whatever, I'll find a way to post it around his channel, maybe one of his videos. But I guess that's it. I don't know. I think I was semi-coherent in this video. I did drag on a little bit, but whatever. Alright, so long then. I will say more. You will hear more from me on another subject in some other video.